So this is a follow-up to the previous video on creating a jar file. I said that once you create the jar file, you're going to want to make sure that it actually included your source code and that it included the most recent version of what you've done, just to verify that everything is correct in the jar file before you upload it to Desire to Learn. So this assumes that the jar file has actually been created, but I'm going to click the clean and build again just to make sure that it's the most recent stuff. And we can once again verify the location of the jar file here. In order to open up the jar file inside of NetBeans, you need to import it into an existing project. When you guys get jar files from each other for milestone review, you'll need to do this with your classmates' jar files to examine their contents as well. But we're just going to confirm that the jar file we just created contains the correct code. In order to import the jar file, we need to come over to the libraries folder of our existing project, right click on it, and go down to add jar/folder. This pops up in the location of the actual jar file itself because I was already looking in there earlier as I was preparing to make this video. But if you need to find where that jar file is located, you've got the path right here from running the clean and build. So you can use that path to navigate through your computer and get to the correct folder. And then there's the jar file. So I'm going to open that up. And we will now see that inside the libraries folder, it includes our module 1 milestone.jar. You'll also see a little plus sign next to module 1 milestone.jar indicating that it can be opened and explored inside of NetBeans. So click on that. We will see two packages in here, one of which gets generated by Java automatically when the jar file is created, called meta-inf. And we're going to ignore that for now. The package that we're interested in is obviously this Hoffman-Z package, which matches up with the package name for the project. And when I open that up, I will see that it contains both the compiled.class file, the compiled Java code, as well as the .java source code. This is the key. When examining your jar, if it does not include the .java file, I will not be able to grade it completely, all right? And neither will your classmates when doing the milestone evaluation. So when you're examining your own jar, you need to make sure that this .java file is included for each class in your project. And if we double click on this, it'll open up and we'll be able to examine the contents and verify that they are the exact same contents as the source file that we wrote. Now, there is a little nitpick that I have with NetBeans here, which is that we cannot run this main method from inside the main app class inside the jar file. You cannot run main methods inside of jar files. Even though we can open this file up, the run file option is grayed out, and if we click run file up here, it's just going to run the original version of our code, which isn't really an issue until it gets to the point where you guys are importing your classmates' jar files for milestone review and you want to run your classmates' jar file. I'm going to hold off on that for now. I just want to let you know that that is an issue that we're going to have to address, and I'll post another video to help step you guys through that when we get to our first milestone review coming up here. All right, so that's it for opening up an existing jar file in NetBeans, and feel free to shoot me an email if you encounter any difficulties with this process.